Welcome to my kitchen, my tiny little kitchen that I like to call my Barbie kitchen. Underneath there is dough for pita bread. I'm making pita bread. Under there is the dough that are turning into rolls. Under there. And submarine rolls under there. Those off. So I can make the chocolate chip dough roll and keep it in the fridge for tomorrow. And then tomorrow I could just slice some off and cook them off. Yeah, early in the morning have a chocolate chip prune cookie with my coffee. So I need to refill that, and I thought I'd take you along with me. So what kind of margarine do you guys buy? Do you buy, or do you even buy margarine? I'm going to need, let's see, set a half a cup of shortening and a half a cup of margarine or butter. I have so many things on the go right now, so we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this raw video goes. Lord knows. I may wind up with a wedding cake instead of cookies. Now, they say shortening, but there goes a timer. And that's for the pita rolls, but they can wait. They're fine sitting over there. I like to use the coconut shortening that I get. Let's see if I get the lid off. That I get from Costco. It's Kirkland Signature Coconut Oil. We're gonna eye it. Yeah, that's about right. That's about the same amount as the butter that's in there. Half a cup of sugar and a cup of brown sugar. Okay, no one said these were diet. Hang on. So, a half a cup of sugar. So I'll just measure this out. This is a cup measure, but it has a half a cup mark on it. And my other half a cup is somewhere else in some container. So half a cup of white sugar. I need a cup of brown sugar. They say packed. We'll pack that puppy in there and have us some packed in brown sugar. There we go. Cup, not a half a cup. Here we go. 1 cup. Whoop, whoop. That's a half, I think. Yeah, half a teaspoon. Okay. Okay, this little tip is for anybody over 60. How about that? I had a Pepto Bismol. I can't even talk today. I had a Pepto Bismol bottle that I needed to wash out. And I was looking at the little cap that they give you, that they supply you on the top of the bottle. And you just rest it on top, and when you take your medicine, you rinse it out and clean it out and wash it up. Well, there's markings on here for 1 tablespoon. That probably won't show up. And 2 tablespoons on there. Isn't that something? So if you only need a tablespoon of something, or 2 tablespoons of something, and your hands are a little shaky, you could use this. I wish they gave us a teaspoon measure. Ah! Paper just moved off my fridge and scared the bejesus out of me. Sorry about that, folks. I guess I'm a little jumpy, see. This is, I don't know if you're like me. I'll find a recipe and I'll write it down on a scrap of paper, meaning to put it into my little notebook for keepsake, so I know where to find things. But sometimes they don't wind up there. So the cream of chicken soup recipe that I have works beautifully. And I don't have to buy cream of chicken soup because there's so much sodium in it, I might as well be mummified, you know. So this one, let me take it away from the thing. Cream of chicken soup takes a half a cup of broth and milk. A half of each, okay? Half a cup of broth, chicken broth, low sodium, half a cup of milk. 3 tablespoons of butter, but I use margarine because I don't buy butter. 1 tablespoon of flour. a little salt and pepper to taste. But I don't add the salt until after I taste it first, because usually the broth is enough salt. And then I add a little onion powder, celery salt, but I really don't add celery salt. Sorry about that. That's the problem with raw videos. If you try and do them in the spring or summer and you have allergies, yeah. Anybody with allergies knows what I mean. So I'll cut off a few celery leaves from my indoor grow room of celery, and I'll put that in there, and garlic powder if you want. Really, it could be anything you want, but those 3 things are really good. And what you do is you melt the butter in a small saucepan, and then you add the flour and you whisk it if you have enough butter to flour ratio, for about a minute, because you want to cook that flour for about a minute. And if you can't, you could start adding the liquid, but don't add it all at once, and then whisk it. And then once all the liquid is mixed with the butter and flour, then you can add your seasonings if you want. Or you can make it easy on yourself and add your seasonings to your 1 tablespoon of flour, and you can mix that together, because I'll often do that, and it's, you know, it's quick and easy. And since I'm not teaching anybody when I do it, then yeah, it's quick and easy. I add it to the flour, and then when the flour goes in, seasoning goes in at the same time. Yeah. Finest kind, and that works really well, and it's so simple. So if you ever need a can of cream of chicken soup, do that. And you know what else is great? If you have a little bit of leftover chicken in your fridge, like say chicken breast, chicken thigh, chicken leg, you could cut off a few little pieces and add it to your cream of chicken soup. Because you know you get 1 little piece of chicken, and that's how they can call it cream of chicken soup. They give you 1 tiny little piece of chicken in that can of Campbell's chicken noodle soup, or cream of chicken. So then they can legally say, it's cream of chicken. It's got chicken in it. Yeah, it does. So you can add a little bit of that to your own and make it tasty if you want. I prefer not to, because I never have any leftover chicken. But that works great. So anyway, let me get mixing here. So here we go. My little Sunbeam mixer, hand mixer. It's got low and high. No, it's got supposedly 6 speeds, but even low is high. So I'm going to start it, and then in the video I'm going to mute the sound because it's going to be just way too noisy. Yes, it will be. Gotta get that spoon out of there before I start. Don't want to be doing that. That would not be good. Be a major blooper and break my little hand mixer. Okay, here we go. And that's supposed to be low. Low my foot. You want to see high? Here we go. Okay, there wasn't much difference, was there, folks, between low and high? Not any at all. So now I need the eggs and the vanilla. Okay, there goes vanilla. Am I recording my raw video? Yes, I am. Okay, here goes the vanilla and 2 eggs. Can you see where I moved it to? Okay, yeah, you can. Hopefully I don't wear the eggs. Here we go. That's that mixed up. Now I need the flour, 2½ cups of flour, and the chocolate chips. And I'm going to divide that in half afterwards and put half with chopped up prunes and the other half with no prunes. Yes. Because not every day does someone need prunes with their coffee in the morning. But some days, if you're over 60, you know what I'm talking about, folks. And if you're not over 60, just wait. You'll get there. Believe me, you'll get there. And you'll go, oh, I remember that old lady talking about something about prunes and chocolate chip cookies, and can't remember what it was, but she swore by it. Okay, in goes the flour. Little at a time, little at a time. Here we go. Okay, flour's going to take off because low is not low on this little thing. It's a Walmart Sunbeam mixer, and low is not low. I don't know what Sunbeam considers low, but this ain't it. Here we go. So if you could stir it this way, which would be the smart way. So I'm glad I thought of that. See, I'm smart in a 5th grader. You can sort of gently get it started, so when you turn it on, it's not flying all over, and then you can't see through your glasses. Here we go. Now we need the other parts of the flour. See how that works? There's ways around making messes. Yeah. Sometimes you can't avoid them because you forget to do this step, which I do all the time. And I turn it on, and it sprays flour all over the kitchen. Covers my glasses. I can't see what I'm doing. Not that I can because it's so scratchy, but hey ho. Here we go. Round 2. On low. Fasten your seatbelts. And if you're brave and you don't lift it up too far, on a regular mixer that works well with low setting, you can gently raise up the beaters to get some of this off, rather than having to scrape. But should I test it on this one? I haven't tested it on this one. Okay, I'm going to give it a test. Let's see. So go slow. Lift slow. Slow, slow. Let it run off the beater. Like that. Don't lift it all the way or you'll have it on your walls. Yes, you will. See how I know? Whoa, there we go. There you go. See? So now, if you trust your eggs, you can lick the beaters, which I don't, so I'm not going to. And they're fairly clean. There's just a little bit of scraping. So if you lift it slow, go slow. Like watching this video is going to be long. But this is a raw video, so when you see me say hashtag raw video, put your feet up, get something to drink, get comfy cozy if you like this sort of thing. And if you don't, just pass it on by. Yeah. Like 2 ships passing in the night. We shall be, and I won't be offended whatsoever. So I got to get the chocolate chips now. Okay, and I have the Hershey's Chippets that were gifted to me from my angel, my gifting angel. And I told her I wish I could share some cookies with her. And she'd have a choice whether she wanted the prune version or just the original chocolate chip. Now it called for 2 cups. Now, I never use 2 cups because that's way too many. And I like to save for more batches of chocolate chips. And I don't readily get these. So it has to come through the mail and Amazon and all that. Or I can ask my daughter for them, I suppose, at the grocery store, but I never forget to add that to the list. Anyhow, in goes 1 cup. I need to use a scraper because the eggs were in here. So, let's get the little spoon. And I think I will, I gotta divide the dough, so here we go again. We gotta mix it. I should fold it. Yes. I'm thinking twice. I should fold it. I'm repeating myself because another helpful tip. You know, if you ever bought a rice cooker, it'll come with these little paddles, which are fantastic for working with your dough because nothing sticks to these too badly. And they're good for this type of thing too. They're good for scraping down bowls. They're really good. They have many uses. So not just rice in your rice cooker. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? Oh my goodness. I'd use my scraper. Then I had to use the knife to get the stuff off the scraper because it'd stick to it. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Just beautiful. Probably should have 2 cups of chocolate chips, but I want to make more batches of chocolate chip cookies. So I'm going to be stingy with the chocolate chips. Okay. Make the first log. So I've decided, because of the margarine, and it's so warm in my kitchen, that I'm going to divide the dough up. I'm going to cover it with saran wrap, plastic wrap, and I'm going to put it in the refrigerator like this in the bowls. And then once it chills, it'll be a lot easier to make the log for the chocolate chip cookies. And in the meantime, I can cut up the prunes and put it in the other bowl. So that's why I'm doing 2 separate bowls. One has prunes, very little, just a couple, and I'm going to cut them up real small. And the other is just plain chocolate chip. So I think that's wise, because if you ever tried to make a log in a hot kitchen and you've used margarine, yeah, no, it's just going to not work very well at all. Ask me how I know. I've tried that. So you learn from your mistakes. I don't need to clean that because I got to put prunes in there. All right, so I need some saran wrap for this one. I do, or did, have little bonnets that I could put over the bowls. Different size bonnets. And I got it at the dollar store. There they are. And there's probably some that fits. Because I'm the type of person that reuses saran wrap. I'll wipe it down and reuse it, you know. Depending. Well, not if it's chicken or anything like that, I won't, but, yeah. So, these are great. These are just little dollar store. They look like shower caps. See? And I could put that in the fridge like that. So, let me get the prunes. Put this in the fridge over here. Let it get chilled. Next to my homemade barbecue sauce. They can talk to each other in there. Co-mingle, just don't mingle too much. We don't want barbecue sauce in my chocolate chip cookies. No, we don't want that. So, have you ever tried prunes in your cookies before? I can be completely honest and transparent. I have not. I just thought this was a good idea because just because. I'm going to do, I think 4 would be plenty. Don't need a lot. 1 prune goes a long way. Oh, so, let's, can you see me here? I think you can. Am I even recording still? Yes, I am. Okay. It's hard. hard to do stuff when you can't see too well. So I'm just making little bits of the prune. My grandfather, years ago, he raised me, my grandparents. And years ago, he used to have prunes. And I never questioned him why. I mean, why? As a young child, I wouldn't have. And he would put them on the stove in a pan with a little bit of water and stew them. I suppose you call them stewed. At least that's what he called it. And then he would eat them in a bowl and drink the juice and everything. So he'd wind up with the prunes and the prune juice. I don't care for stewed. I like them this way. If I'm going to eat a prune, I like them this way, which is just a plum, you know. So, but I like them this way, not stewed. I actually did, when I first got buying them again, out of necessity, I stewed them like Grandpa did, and I went, oh, I remember these. I remember I didn't like them stewed. I ate it anyway. Waste not, want not. And, yeah. The nature's remedy for problems. And it works. And it works. So, and these are good. Grandma used to take dates. I don't know what she put in them. I remember at Christmas time, she'd stuff dates. And then she'd roll them around in powdered sugar. I know there were pecans in it, but I don't know what the other stuff was. I don't think I ate them. So I found them strange, I think, as a child. Stuffed dates. So you folks out there probably know what I'm talking about. Stuffed dates, as you probably make them. So there we go. That's the cut up prunes that are going in my cookies. Now, you're probably gasping, and some of you are probably going, ooh, why are you doing that perfectly good cookie batter? Well, because I can. And I wanted to show you that you can. You can do whatever you want. Sometimes I'll put coconut in there. Yeah. Coconut. But I do like, but you gotta like them first. Okay? You gotta like prunes. If you don't like prunes, don't do this, because you won't like it. But, yeah. So that's the second bowl of cookie dough. And I'm going to put this in the fridge. And I probably won't take it out till after dinner time. It'll be chilled really well. And then I'll put it on some wax paper and make a roll, make a log out of it. And then wrap that in saran wrap, or just twist the ends. It probably doesn't even need saran wrap. Just twist the ends and put it on the plate. Put it back in the fridge till tomorrow to cook them. And that's that. And if I don't finish this video, which I don't think I will, I'll just edit it up to a point. And then I'll show you the results of the cookies. So get this little shower cap on. And in the fridge, there you go. Now for the chocolate chip cookies, you can use 2 spoons. And you scoop up some. And you take it off the spoon with the second spoon onto your baking sheet. Or you can use a cookie scoop once the cookie dough is chilled, but it will have to be chilled if you want to get it from the scoop. If you don't want to chill it, you could use the 2 spoons. That'll work. But I would advise you to chill your dough, because have you ever made a cookie? You put it in the oven and all of a sudden it just goes flat like a pancake. I mean, really, pancakes are taller than your cookies. And you go, what the heck happened? Well, chill it first. And odds are that won't happen. Unless your margarine contains an awful lot of water. Sometimes my cookies are flat, because the margarine that I buy in bulk has a lot of water. So that's a little helpful tip for you. Now I got to get back to the pita bread. I got to put the buns in the oven and get back to the pita bread, because that's almost ready to get going. And by the time I finish all this, I won't even want to make dinner, because I'll be exhausted. I guess I should tell you, in case you want to do this and go from here, you have to preheat your oven to 375. Cook your cookies on a cookie sheet for 8 to 10 minutes or until edges are lightly browned. Transfer cookies to a wire rack and let cool. This supposedly makes about 60 cookies. Well, I always read that, 60 cookies. I never get that amount when they say that. Or they'll say it will make 2 dozen. Yeah, right. What size are they? M&Ms? I mean, really? I don't know. But I never get the quantity that they say you should get. So, maybe I am not smart in a 5th grader, because I never get that. This is raw video.